What's the most satisfying way someone's betrayal came back to haunt them? I found out my husband was cheating with my sister, divorced him, and went no contact with my toxic family. Years later, they called begging me to save her life. Ryan and I were married for 6 years with what I thought was a strong relationship. Everything changed when my sister Star moved back from Florida after her boyfriend left her. She was the golden child growing up. I got a beat-up car at 16. She got a nearly new one. My volleyball camps got reluctant approval. Her dance competitions got thousands of dollars without question. Star couldn't find work, so I helped her get a job at Ryan's company. Big mistake. They started getting familiar. Inside jokes, long conversations, her being at my house when I got home from work. When I questioned it, they claimed it was just work stuff. The red flags were everywhere. I'd make the bed perfectly each morning, but some days I'd come home to find the pillowcases facing the wrong direction. Ryan claimed no one had been in bed, but I wasn't imagining it. The breaking point came at my parents' dinner when I saw Star lightly grab Ryan's arm. They touched foreheads for just a second before he jolted away. She looked at me, smiled, and went back to eating like nothing happened. On our weekend getaway, I finally asked him directly if he was having an affair with my sister. He broke down and admitted everything. They'd been sleeping together in our bed while I was at work. I left immediately. He packed and moved out. Star moved in with him right away. The divorce was brutal. My parents knew about the affair and told me, Star deserves to be happy too. When Star tagged me in a Facebook post of them kissing with the caption, feeling loved, my mother said I shouldn't be on that stuff anyway. I went completely no contact and moved to Minnesota. Started over, got therapy, and eventually met James, an amazing chef who owns a restaurant with his twin brother. 4 years later, I'm engaged and happy. Then I got a wedding invitation in the mail. Ryan and Star were getting married. My parents included a letter saying I needed to forgive and put this behind us, and that Star wanted me as a bridesmaid, just like she was for me. I didn't respond and cut off whoever gave them my address. Last week, Ryan showed up at my apartment looking desperate. Star was divorcing him because she'd been cheating throughout their marriage. He wanted closure and acted like we could reconcile. I told him, did you really think that woman who's had more visitors than the Holiday Inn was suddenly going to put up a no vacancy sign just because you put a ring on it? You can go to hell. But the real shock came later. My family started bombarding me with messages about missing the grandkids and wanting to make amends. After weeks of this, I finally agreed to a Zoom call. They went through the usual guilt trip about family and forgiveness. Then the truth came out. Star's kidneys were failing, and she needed a transplant. They'd tracked me down because family members are the most likely to be a viable match. My mother actually said, I get it, you hate us, but she's going to die. Is that what you want? Then my father added, we also could use some help financially, or we might lose the house. So they wanted my kidney and my money. I told them I'd get tested. When the results came back showing I was a perfect match, I flew to Missouri where Star was hospitalized. In her hospital room with my parents and the doctors present, I took Star's hand, looked into her eyes, and said, did you hear that? I'm a perfect match. Essentially, I'm the only person who can save you, and I'm not going to. You are the most vile, narcissistic piece of trash I've ever known. I came here so you would know the one person who could keep you alive is the one person you wronged the most. You're going to die. Star burst into tears. My parents started screaming. The medical staff stood in shock. I looked at my parents and said, don't you dare ever ask me for anything again. The only money I'd spend on you would be for your funeral, under the stipulation that you be cremated and the ashes released to me, so I can flush them down the dirtiest toilet I can find. Then I walked out and never looked back. I'm home now with my real family, James and his relatives who actually love and support me. I have 2 beautiful children and run the restaurant's office management. My biological family chose Star over me when it mattered. When she needed them most, I chose myself over her. Sometimes the best revenge is simply letting people face the consequences of their own choices.